vlog will be more of a review as opposed to some adventures that Chantel and I typically have. But essentially, I just want to go over the various GoPro accessories, from the GoPro to the GoPro accessories. And right now I'm shooting this footage on my Samsung S5, and I will get off of this very quickly. I'm not sure of the quality in terms of the video, but at the same time I just want to give people an idea of what I'm typically using, because people are like, well, you know, what are you shooting with? And not that it's something amazing. I'm actually doing a lot more editing in iMovie to even get that, and then the camera angles, I'm just switching them around. But nevertheless, I will quickly review the GoPro 4 Silver. This is what I use in 90% of 95% of everything that I shoot. I love this little thing. It's a great camera. Just for primarily action, action related things, and it's just easier to carry around. But obviously there's a limitation because I can't zoom in on anything that's pretty far out, and that poses an issue. Certainly when you want to show people content, if there's a boat far out in the sea that you want to describe, then I'm limited to just what the GoPro can actually see. Like there was a celebrity sighting in one of the videos, but you could only see the car, but my naked eye could actually see that, Chris Brown was. That's interesting. Someone's at the door. Let me pause this and I will come back. All right, sorry about that. I ended up getting a package. So this is actually a hard drive. It's one thing you will need, a lot more hard drive space. So I ended up getting a terabyte. I think this is a backup drive, but I had to get both a terabyte hard drive and a terabyte lacy, I think that's what it's called, lacy backup external hard drive. Sorry. So back to what I was saying. But so using the GoPro, and then for virtually every video that I have, I'm using this Removu, and I attach this to the GoPro, and this is where that Bluetooth sound comes out of, from this being on the back of the GoPro. And then this is what I usually have clipped to me, and you often see this in the videos. It's kind of an eyesore because it's always like clipped on my neck area so that you can hear it, but I think it's still a great microphone, and I can go through the limitations of that. This red light flashes, and once you have it connected, let's see here. Yeah, once you press the power button after you connect it the first time, it'll work. But for the first time you press it, you're pressing the little Bluetooth font, so they're searching for one another. They'll give you a red light, and then once they do, you'll see once I turn this on, it's pretty immediate until when it finds it. So it's flashing red now. That's red. 1, 2. There you go. 2 seconds, and it's like we found each other. So they're connected, and we're good to go. So this is the microphone that I'll switch over to continue out the vlog. But so I shot about a good 5 minutes, and I had the Removu, which you can see here, connected to the GoPro, but there's a little cable that connects the GoPro and the Removu together, and I didn't put that cable on, so yeah, I wasted a lot of time recording nothing. Or it was recording, but there's no audio. Story of my life. Okay, so I was recommending getting yourself one of these Joby, I think, tripods. It has a little connector on here. This is obviously not for the GoPro, but I purchased one. It's like $3. I think you can even buy one with the attachment, but it allows your GoPro to attach to this. And the idea for this is that you can, please excuse me because my having your hands kind of tied up, but what the idea is, it allows you to kind of wrap it in situations that you typically wouldn't be able to get your tripod into, and your GoPro. So that's hanging from, let's hypothetically say that's hanging from a tree, and you're upside down or something like that, then that's good footage. So I recommend getting something like this, and these are probably $20 to $30 on like Amazon, eBay. I mean, if you're budget conscientious, I think it's a good thing because, like I said before, I've spent probably, I don't know, another $400. I spent more on accessories than I have on the actual GoPro at this point. So I would just kind of consider that. Backup batteries, GoPros don't last that well, and I highly recommend getting yourself, I'm not sure, there's a brand called Wasabi. I haven't heard any of the reviews. I don't think people are complaining about it, but get yourself some backup batteries because the GoPro does not last very long. I'm not quite sure. I know that the removal lasts about 6 hours, so the battery that in between these two devices is actually pretty decent. The next thing I would highly recommend is this remote. This will allow, I use this faithfully, note to self. This thing drains your battery on your GoPro even faster. This remote is absolutely outstanding though. I couldn't do, that's not that you couldn't do, it's just that I don't typically like to touch the camera if you get it set up in a spot or whatever, you got it hanging on this thing and you just want to just clip and go and stop it and then clip and go and stop it. This is great for that. So it's all the functionality that you can view on this small little screen right here. Right now it's showing like a little Wi-Fi symbol because it's trying to connect to the GoPro and I don't have it, so I'll turn it off, but it does pretty much the same functionality that the GoPro does, just allowing you to get to it. So let me turn this off. Perfect. Make sure it didn't turn off my camera. Okay. Memory card. Right here, right. This is no more than just the adapter, but I recommend having the largest one you can get. I heard 128 can fit in a GoPro. I can't confirm that. I have 64. I wanted to go with what I knew would actually work. It works well. Having a large memory card will save you a lot of switching out memory cards because you have a 16 or a 32. The GoPro on average, typically, the videos that I'm doing, they are really large files. I mean, a 10-minute vlog that I put together is like 2 gigs. So you have to think about all the slicing and dicing of the footage, excuse me, that I put together to even get that. It's ridiculous. So get a large memory card for your GoPro. Next, this kitchen timer. Most people were like, well, how do you get those time-lapse? I just went to IKEA. I bought this. This was like $5, $6. And then I put a GoPro mount on top of it. And essentially the idea is that you spin it and it kind of tick, 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 all the way comes back. And then it basically lets you know that it's done. This is really good for those moving time-lapse videos. So I shot this. I'll try to put a brief clip in, but I shot this in New York. I shot this at the beach. So it works really well. You can't beat the price on that. And then you're just clipping in one of the standard GoPro mounts. You kind of clicking it into this. And I don't want to do it right now without having both hands because if you, in my last video, I broke one of these and oh, that was so frustrating when I was trying to put it on my boat. I'll show you that clip too. But so great little accessory to have. So when I didn't have the removal connected, this is what I was basically losing the footage. But basically this Konos light has a series of different lights. So it's like 3, 2, and 1. They go from a pretty bright on 3 to a low on 3. Same thing on 2. A really bright light on 2, and then a low light on 2, and then same thing on 1. Well, basically, I just think it's a good accessory to have because GoPros do not have the ability to function very well in low light. So with this tool, it's just pretty inexpensive. I paid like $60 for them. They have them all the way up to like $100, but if you look on Amazon or eBay, just try to find a pretty good deal on it. But pretty much there you have it. I just use this as a way to control low lighting situations where the GoPro is not very good. This will brighten up the situation, but I definitely think the Quados or Konos is a good tool to have. Wrist mount for the GoPro. I got this, I think at Best Buy or something like that. So pretty good though. I can't say anything about it because I haven't used it, but it's just going to serve for the purpose of me diving. A couple more pieces. This here is just a charger. So in addition to having the battery pack, I also typically have some type of small charger setup. So this will kind of, you know, it could power your cell phone. That's pretty much what people got these for their cell phone. But I got this just so that I could have a backup to the GoPro, just to be able to charge up. And it does really well. So I recommend getting one of these because you never really you don't want to miss anything. You don't want your batteries to die out. So having one of these little chargers, just a small, you know, inconspicuous one, sits in a bag or something like that, is great. So next, let's see here. Man, I swear doing this with one hand, it's not very easy. But thanks for bearing with me. Okay, so I had this case, this Smart Tree, or I don't know what you want to call it, but Smat Tree. This case was great for a very, very short period of time. Once you start to get all these accessories and the GoPro arm that I'm currently using, this does not work very well. So I had this for a week, and with me buying multiple products, it didn't work. But you can see that the GoPros, you know, if you had 2 GoPros, you put some batteries, memory card, your GoPro, you know, whatever. I mean, this doesn't fit in here, but the GoPro stick does. But so, I mean, it worked, again, I say for a week. After that, it didn't work for me. So I had this, yeah, for a week. You can see it's in great condition. I'll probably just relist it back on eBay or something like that, Craigslist, because eBay gets on my nerves. All right, and last but not least, I just, Chantel purchased this bag for me, and this is, basically it's a GoPro bag, and it's really nice because you can obviously stick a cell phone or something in here. That's just pretty, it's a good little bag. So, and I'll just quickly demonstrate it to you. There is also kind of a little pocket here where you can put your cell phone. Nice cushion and padding on the back here, which is always great. But the bag, as you can see, is quite small, which I like. A low profile bag. I didn't want a big bag for my GoPro. Let's see here. So you can store, you know, all the accessories. This is the one I was telling you about that would go on to this piece here. You would just screw this in, and then there you have it. So now that your GoPro can mount into it. So I usually keep those in there, keep all my wiring and stuff in here. So it kind of gives you 2 pockets there. And then, you know, the GoPro sits in here. Everything sits in this bag for me. Believe it or not, it actually works for me to get everything in this bag, even with this big bulky thing, which annoys me so much, but it is so awesome for the footage that you get out of it. And then it has another little pocket here, which just kind of allows me to store the backing. Like, I recommend using this back, so much more convenient to get to access. But if you're around, you know, water, obviously this wouldn't be the best situation. So, but yeah, so that's kind of like what this bag offers. And I think it's, in my opinion, it's been great thus far. And I'll put you in. Oh, come on. How in the heck? I just broke a piece off the mount.